Okay, so picture a world-class athlete, right? Someone who's poured years of blood, sweat, and just sheer discipline into being the best. But what if I told you there's a hidden saboteur, something working against every single thing they do? Well, today we're going to pull back that curtain and show you exactly what that saboteur is. And that really is the big question, isn't it? It just doesn't make sense. Why would an athlete, someone whose entire life is built on peak physical performance, do something that so obviously undermines all of it? I mean, just think about the dedication for a second. We're talking about the crack of dawn training sessions, the workouts that push you to your absolute limit, the diets that are planned down to the last calorie. An athlete's body, it's not just a body. It's a high-performance machine built on pure sacrifice. And that's exactly what makes this next number so unbelievable. Get this, a study of professional male athletes in Qatar found that nearly 28% of them still use tobacco. Yeah, that's not some tiny fraction. That is more than 1 in 4 elite athletes who are basically fighting against themselves. So you gotta wonder, how exactly is this sabotage actually working inside the body? All right, so the first front in this war is happening deep inside the body, right down at the cellular level. You can't see it, but believe me, the damage is very, very real. Okay, let's think of your red blood cells like a massive fleet of delivery trucks. Their only job, their one critical mission, is to grab oxygen from your lungs and race it out to your muscles. Simple enough, right? But when you smoke, you're breathing in carbon monoxide, and this stuff is a hijacker. It latches onto those red blood cells over 200 times more easily than oxygen does. It literally kicks the oxygen out, steals the trucks, and leaves your muscles completely starved for the fuel they desperately need. And this hijacking kicks off a really nasty chain reaction. See, with less oxygen, your muscles just can't work as well. They start building up lactic acid way faster. You know, that's the stuff that gives you that burning feeling and makes you tired. So what's the bottom line? Your endurance just tanks. You can't push as hard, you can't last as long, period. But wait, it's not just about endurance. The sabotage hits your strength too. Let's talk about how you actually get stronger. After you train, your body goes into repair mode using something called protein synthesis. This is the magic, right? It's how your body rebuilds your muscle fibers, making them bigger and stronger. It is the entire reason you go to the gym. Well, guess what? Nicotine, a key component in tobacco and vapes, directly messes with that process. It's like throwing a wrench into your body's repair crew. So what does that mean for you? It means you get way less bang for your buck from every single workout. You're putting in all that effort, but the nicotine is literally robbing you of your gains. And it gets worse. The damage isn't just about day-to-day performance or building muscle. No, it hits something that can make or break an athlete's entire career, recovering from an injury. So, when you get hurt, your body launches a full-scale emergency response. It rushes oxygen and nutrients to the injury site to start rebuilding. But smoking and vaping, they do the complete opposite. They cause your blood vessels to narrow. It's called vasoconstriction. Think about it like trying to put out a fire, but someone is standing on the hose. You're completely choking off the supply line your body is screaming for to heal itself. And the results of that are, well, they're not pretty. The research is crystal clear. Smokers are almost twice as likely to get injured to begin with. They have a higher risk of nagging things like tendinitis and sprains. If they break a bone, it takes longer to heal. And for a major surgery like an ACL repair, the new graft just doesn't heal as well, which puts the joint's long-term stability in serious jeopardy. Look, this isn't just talk or some theory. Let's get into the hard data, because the numbers themselves tell a story you won't forget. Okay, check this out. This comes from a study on people who had ACL surgery. For smokers, the chance of that new graft just failing, like completely re-rupturing, was almost 13%. And for non-smokers, just 4.6%. Let that sink in. That's nearly 3 times the risk of a total catastrophic failure that sends you right back to the operating table. And it's not just about injuries. Remember that study of pro athletes in Qatar? This data is from them too, and it's all about lung function. So FVC, that's just your total lung size, is a bit lower. But the real kicker is this FEV1% number. Basically, it's a measure of pure power. How much air can you blast out of your lungs in 1 second? Look at that gap. Smokers are at about 72%, while non-smokers are up near 85%. That is a huge drop in raw explosive power.
Okay, so the evidence is pretty brutal, right? But this is not where the story ends. The good news is that the human body is an amazing thing, and there is absolutely a way to turn this all around.
And experts agree. As sports medicine specialist Dr. Milan DiGiulio puts it, quitting smoking or vaping can significantly improve recovery outcomes. It's that simple. Your circulation gets better, your oxygen levels go back up, and your body's healing systems, they just switch back on. This isn't some hopeful guess. This is just straight up biology.
So, how do we actually measure this comeback? Well, scientists use something called VO2 max. The easiest way to think about it is it's the size of your body's engine. It is the gold standard for measuring your cardio fitness, basically, how good your body is at using oxygen during intense exercise. The higher your VO2 max, the better your endurance. Simple as that.
And here's the really cool part. The comeback happens fast. I mean, really fast. Studies show that in just 4 weeks after quitting, athletes see a real measurable jump in their VO2 max. Fast forward to week 12, and that improvement is even bigger. Your body starts repairing and rebuilding that engine almost right away. All those gains you've been fighting for, they're finally yours for the taking.
So, really, it all boils down to this one simple fact. If you're an athlete, your body is everything. It's your most important piece of gear, it's your career, it's your passion, it's your greatest asset. We've seen the evidence, it's undeniable. The choice is right there in front of you. So, what's your next move?